Hello, welcome to Valavera Music. This is a video about strumming. This is based off of the video on Instagram called Think Like a Drummer that I made a few months ago, and I'd like to expand on that. In that video, I talked about a few concepts like the hi-hat being your 8th note or 16th note strumming like this, and then doing bigger accents to accent like a kick drum or a snare. And usually I do the kick drum up here in the lower strings, and then down below would be the snare for the higher strings. So if you put all of those concepts together, which would be like kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. You don't always have to have this going, but it's a good place to start to just get used to the idea of turning your strumming from something like this into maybe something like this. Whatever style you're into, you can take that concept and use it for your playing. Another concept that's cool to think about in this context is how you're using dynamic range to engage somebody in your playing. So while you're thinking like a drummer, the idea that like as a musician or as somebody who plays like notes rather than just hitting stuff, sorry, that's not a dig at drummers. This video is all about drummers. But like we can get lost in like, I'm playing a note, so therefore it sounds good. But drummers don't have that luxury. They have to use dynamic range to create that feeling. And if you implement that into your acoustic or whatever instrument you're playing, you can take your dynamic range from here to something that's here. And the cool thing about that on the acoustic, you only have this much dynamic range. Like a full band would have this much. So as you're playing, if you're constantly going like, you're going to get tired of that and your audience is going to lose interest. But if you do stuff like, you just want to vary things so that you can keep the audience engaged while having minimal options for you. Just that's the nature of the acoustic guitar. It's you and your voice. So the more you can increase that dynamic range, and one of the best ways is by doing this technique. Let's take this in two directions. Let's play something really fast and something really slow. So for the fast strumming pattern, it might be something like, so I'm going kick, snare, 1, 2. Now let's take something nice and slow, like this. You'll notice I always keep my arms strumming. That's something that I just do to keep tempo. It'll also make everything sound smoother. You don't want to go like, if you can get that habit out sooner, the better, because it'll just make everything smoother if you keep this arm strumming with your, what I like to call the windshield wiper strumming. That does it for this video. Happy practicing. If you have any ideas or you want very specific things shown to you, I am more than happy to do that. Just leave a comment and we'll go from there. Happy practicing.